I came from a truly, and I hate to use the word because it's so overused, dysfunctional family background. And people had urged me for years to write the story of my family. And I waited till my daddy died before I wrote it. And he had been dead for about a year, and I thought, well, I'm going to write this. And God knows I had worked on it in therapy for 20 years before then. So when I sat down to write it, it just sort of flowed, but I thought, now I'm not crazy. I will change everybody's name in the book, and I will change some stuff. And since I had left Chattanooga when I went to college, I thought, no one knows me as a Sanders, and no one would know my middle name. So there was birthed Adair Sanders as a pen name. And so I wrote that book, and it wasn't out a year before my brother, who is my albatross, found out about it and threatened to sue me, and all. It was very interesting. It was very interesting. But in about the same time he found out about it, I was approached by an attorney who is an entertainment attorney, and she's also a independent film writer and producer, and she said, I think you ought to write a screenplay and turn Biologically Bankrupt into a screenplay and a movie, and I think it'd be great. And I said, I don't know how to do that. And she said, well, you've never written a book before till you wrote this. So I said, okay, and I decided I'd go to the John Campbell Folk School over in Brasstown, North Carolina, and take a writing class, because I felt like my dialogue skills were poor, and writing fiction is different from writing in the first person. So I go to take this class, and the second day of class, Allison Parker made her appearance in my head. And I have never gone back to do a thing with that first book. And I have just followed the characters as they have appeared to me. Now, in As Sick as Our Secrets, it is somewhat autobiographical in that, obviously, the protagonist is a female trial lawyer.
Right.
And she's an employment lawyer, which was my area of expertise. Rice Parker is a combination of my brother and my ex-husband, and boy, did I have fun with that. Because I can take the worst character defects in each of them, and my ex-husband was dead, so he couldn't sue me, and put together that character. And then Matthew Parker and Helene, they are similar to the dynamic between my parents, not completely. But, enough of a similarity to give a little flavor in it. And I don't know where Frank Martin came from, but I just love Frank. I mean, I really, really like him. So when I worked through the story in As Sick as Our Secrets, some of what is in the story I was able to pull from my own life experience. When I started the second book, which I hope y'all will read, it's all fiction, complete fiction, as is the third one that's just come out this fall. And I'm really excited, and I will share this with y'all. The lawyer who had read Biologically Bankrupt back in 2011, I had sort of stayed in contact with her on Facebook, she was in Nashville and building up an entertainment practice, and I had noticed that she had 2 clients that won Grammys this last time. So I thought, So I emailed her, and I said, I never did anything with that first book, but I've written these mysteries. And I said, I think they'd make a great movie. And she said, well, send them to me, let me read them. So I packed up 3 books and mailed them off to her. And about a month ago, she got back with me and she says, I love these. And she says, you've really got something here. So she's coming in May, and we're going to sit down and talk about moving forward with it for a cable TV program. Where book 1 would be season 1, book 2 would be season 2. And she said to me, of course, and you'll have to be one of the script writers. And I said, I don't know how to do that. And she said, oh, you've done the hard part. You've got your characters in place. So, I never thought I would do something like this, ever. And I even had the writer at Brasstown told me, she said, most lawyers can't make the transition to fiction writing because we don't, well, we supposedly don't write fiction, but you know we do. Put some stuff out there to try to get our side of it agreed to by the judge. But people ask me, how do you do this? You know, where do they come from? I never know when I sit down to write where the story's going. I don't know necessarily who the bad guy is. I never know the title till I'm at the very end.
Interesting.
And then the title will come to me. I'm trying to think which one it is. I guess it's the third one. They all run together. The third one, which is fine to tell you this because it won't spoil the book for you. When I finished writing the second one, I knew that the first sentence of the third one was 911, what's your emergency?
Oh.
And that's all I knew, but that came to me that would be the first sentence
Start.
in the third book. So I was not going to do, I'd started out to just do a trilogy with these and was not going to do a fourth book. But I have a small but devoted following, which like Allison and all the people in the book. And so they kept saying, when's the next one coming? When's the next one coming? So I started thinking, and I thought, well, you know, terrorism is a big topic right now. So I had started doing some research on that, and I was looking. I mean, this is how weird the stuff works. I was doing research on unmasking people by how the surveillance statutes work, and then all this stuff is hitting the news, and I thought, well, man, I'm right on it.